and welcome to the Yes Bank Corporate Masters. I'm Shelly Chopra and I'm going to be taking you through all the action that played out in a four-city tour which culminates itself at Abu Dhabi. Corporate Masters, Masters of Golf. Who has managed to beat the other in a four-city tournament? Kolkata, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and then head to Abu Dhabi for the pinnacle. All that action. First off, let's take you to Bangalore for the highlights.
The lush green Eagleton Golf Village on the outskirts of Bangalore hosted the first leg of Yes Bank Corporate Masters 2011 India edition. Ace golfers from 80 top corporates of Bangalore, including 3M, SAP, Wipro, Yes Bank, Titan, battled it out for 18 holes to be a part of the prestigious finals of the Corporate Masters. Paired in teams of two, Tony Udegedera of RCS Logistics and Sunil Verma of Yes Bank drew a close second with 45 points. While the winning pair of GS Ravi from Chemisol Additives and Purnachandru Sridhar of Compass with 46 points will go to play the finals of the tournament in Abu Dhabi.
So as a sport, technically you actually compete with yourself, which in many respects is what you actually do in entrepreneurship. So golf as a sport has tremendous attraction to Yes Bank, certainly to me in the formative stages of my career, and I believe it's a wonderful sport, very inspiring when you are literally the harder you work, the luckier you get, which in a way is also the motto at Yes Bank.
The winners of each of these legs actually fly to Abu Dhabi to play in the World Finals, and there again they play at fantastic golf courses which host European Tour events and are of course very well taken care of. But more important than that, Yes Bank, who are the sponsors, have raised the event to a platform or to a level which I think has not really been seen in the Indian corporate golf world prior to this.
Okay, so that was a take on Bangalore and how some of those guys played out on the course. Tough conditions, but each one gets tougher as the conditions get challenging. And that's exactly how we saw the capital play out on the course, where we got all the action playing out in Delhi at the Classic Resort. Let's take a look at who managed to get a big yes at the Yes Bank Corporate Masters.
Very select hand-picked group by Rana Kapoor, who's the founder and CEO of Yes Bank, and a lot of his friends and a lot of sponsors that have supported us, and clearly people that understand corporate golf and make the event a better place in terms of the value they bring to the event and the networking that actually happens at the event.
See, if you look at the venues which we have been picking across various cities, we've consciously kept them outside the city confines, and partly the reason is to get everyone together into a resort kind of an environment, and idea is to get them out of their day-to-day life and have a day out. So that's the reason behind why we have kept the venues little outside the city limits.
I think it's an outstanding concept. I think this needs to be taken to more cities in India. I believe this year they are going to 4 and probably they're expanding the number of cities. I think there is scope to go to at least 10 cities in India, get about 1,000 odd golfers coming and competing, who apart from playing this tournament are also build a lot of visibility around the sport, help the sport commercially, and take it to the next level.
Well, we had a draw list of about 90 participants, and we had 76 people on the course. And with the Indian Open, I think we weren't doing too badly with 76. So we had a very decent turnout. It is a bit of networking from the corporate's perspective, but from the person who makes the effort to come all the way, of course it's competition. It's to raise the bar, raise the game.
Even as everyone gets around the turns and bends of the Classic Resort, the question is, how unforgiving can this course get? Let's find out.
Classic is, I would say, one of the more friendlier golf courses, and I think that's a nice part about it. It doesn't challenge you to the extent that it becomes uncomfortable, where you're trying to save the ball from going into the water or the jhadis and so on. But you still have to play well if you want to score well.
A, it's a fabulous property. B, it's Jack Nicklaus design, which automatically makes it a very, very special golf course.
It was an interesting course, I would say that. I played this course once before only, but very good. It's enjoyable because the fairways are very good, the greens are nice. I think it's an overall and very, very phenomenal kind of an experience.
The course is rather difficult for me, for my handicap. I'm a high handicapper, but I enjoyed the course.
Let's head into a short break on the Yes Bank Corporate Masters, but when we come back, we keep up with the action as it plays out at the Classic Golf Resort, bringing you who's managing themselves, that little chip on the shoulder to fly off to Abu Dhabi to get themselves a complete hole-in-one. Welcome back to the Yes Bank Corporate Masters. Take you then in the thick of the course as the game continues for us to find a real winner today. Business golf, networking or serious business? Let's find out.
Golf directly, the game as such does not help. I play very bad sometimes, but what helps is the social relations you find on the golf course and the nice atmosphere.
Serves as a very good platform to network, because you certainly form some new relationships, which is really why golf is called the king of sports when it comes to networking.
It makes you familiar, it brings you closer to people, to your immediate neighborhood and your audience. It makes you connect, it helps you network in a very good way.
When people who are into business, when they come and play a game and the top minds meet each other, this is a game which is tailor-made for this kind of a thing. That while after you hit your shots, you are walking down the fairway, you get an opportunity, or before and after the game, you have an opportunity to talk to each other, and you can always discuss both business and enjoy the game as well.
It helps in networking, it helps in developing business opportunities. It helps in giving a much wider exposure to the CEOs also.
Golf and business are like cheese and wine, you know, they complement each other very well. The main reason I think that is because a round of golf lasts about 4 to 5 hours, and you get to know a lot about a person by the way they play golf and you know, their behaviors, and I think they're very similar, golf and life.
There seems to be a very high correlation between businessmen and people who play golf. It is a game which closely approximates business life, you know, in my opinion. You have 18 holes, you take 4 hours to finish it. You need to have a strategy and you need to be at it. So I think golf helps business in a way which is difficult to explain.
The way I associate myself with golf is that it's a pretty strategic game, right? I mean, it's a game of mind. So, you know, yes, you got to strategize, you got to almost shadow, practice, plan your, you know, sort of swings on the course. So, you know, it's a game which is almost like drawing strategies in boardrooms. So I find great synergies in the way, you know, you look at corporate strategy and the way you strategize in terms of how you want to, you know, play out on a golf course.
Personally, for me, the challenge of playing well is still the most important thing. I'm inherently somebody who's sort of competitive, and so whether it's in business or in golf or whatever, you always like to come out and do well. Competing with colleagues, competing with peers is always nice, and so to that extent it's a nice mix between, you know, there is an element of friendliness to it, but there's also that element of trying to do well to win within your peers, so it's nice.
Many keeping the business on the course, but there are plenty of having fun off the course. What are the off-the-course activities? All the highlights wrapped up for you.
So far, I think I'm emerging as a winner. Let's see, we are waiting still for a couple more people. Overall, good fun.
I tried my hand at golf for the first time. I think it's a great opportunity for non-golfers, so which you generally don't find anywhere else. So I really enjoyed myself here.
I think honestly it's a game of a lot of focus and a lot of it's a lot of fun, needs a lot of patience. So ideally, yeah, if you have someone who can be patient and who can, you know, really focus, it will be a lot of fun.
Well, India is clearly producing some good golfers, but really, how big is this opportunity? We spoke to some players to find out.
Indian golf is booming. This year has been a very big year for Indian golf. If you look at some of the players that have won on big tours around the world, last year as well, on the PGA Tour, Arjun Atwal winning, and this year a lot of the guys are stepping up, and if you talk to people from other countries, you'll get the same response. In a few years' time, there's going to be a lot of top Indian golfers, and you can see it coming, and it's on its way. And the local tour is growing, and we're playing for a lot more money and a lot more tournaments, and I think Indian golf's got a very bright future.
Indian golf is growing clearly. I think 15 years ago, I think you used to have maybe 2 or 3 corporate events in a year. Today you probably have something like, in the NCR region itself, probably something like 30-40 events a year. You take professional golf, you know, 10 years, 15 years ago you could name maybe 5 professionals on one hand. Today you probably have 50 professionals playing on the Asian circuit, European circuit, American circuit, and so on. So there's clearly been tremendous growth in golf, and I think in my view the best days are yet to come. I do believe that in the next 10 years we will see somebody from Indian golf probably winning one of the majors. I think it's only a question of time.
I look at it as also from being in the broadcasting industry, to build the image of golf as a potential sport which can be supported financially and also give good returns to corporates. These are good opportunities, because at the end of the day, India is now becoming a fairly decent golfing nation.
My personal belief is that golf is certainly growing by leaps and bounds in India. The IGU, that's Indian Golf Union, has been playing their part to develop golf in the B cities and the smaller towns, particularly amongst junior golfers. Certainly with the corporate sector participating at corporate golf days, corporate golf clinics, supporting the professional golf tour. So it's growing. It's growing at a fairly strong and robust pace at junior level as well as at corporate level.
More and more people, and particularly young people, are taking to golf, and corporates and young executives, they are all taking to golf, and they are not only visiting golf courses, but they are participating in all tournaments and all such events.
The big suspense around who's going to be winner, that's right, we're still waiting, and so is the course. Who is going to be the master of the game of the Yes Bank Corporate Masters? All that coming up after the break. Welcome back. You're with the Yes Bank Corporate Masters. I'm Shelly Chopra, your host, taking you through how the play is progressing. And that's really key. Even as professional golf picks up pace in India, how are things shaping up for the game? Is everyone game for business? That's the focus as we bring you the glimpses of what's going on. A bit of sun, a bit of salt, plenty of action, of course, plenty of money. Let's take you to the 18th hole to get you a sense of how that finishing line has finally ended up.
Today was for me quite hot. As you know, I'm Swiss, I'm from the Swiss Embassy. We are not used to this hot climate, but I enjoyed the day very much. It was a long day, a hard day. I had to play hard, I had to deserve it, I had to deserve this lunch at this beautiful place, but it was a very nice tournament.
Well, it was a lovely day for golf. Unfortunately, the round was not so good, but nevertheless, it's always nice to come out to the Classic and play a round of golf. It's a beautiful golf course, and the weather was nice, so all in all, still a pleasurable day.
I had a really enjoyable day. I was situated on the 5th hole, and we had a little contest, Beat the Pro, and so I hit one shot with each group, and wherever I hit it, the 4 amateurs had an opportunity to try and hit it closer, and about 4 people did, but it was an enjoyable day to interact with some of the top CEOs from around different companies around India, and to meet some of the people associated with Yes Bank.
It was good. Wonderful weather in Delhi today. A very well organized tournament by Evolution Golf. So had a good time. Scored a decent round too.
With the sun in their eyes, they're all looking up at the leaderboard, hoping that some of them would be topping those charts. Because at the end of the day, that's what is holding the key to head towards Abu Dhabi for the finals. Let's take you then to the award ceremony and a look at who the winners are of this round.
It's been a lovely day of golf, and it's all thanks to you for making the effort to come here and join us. So big thank you on behalf of Yes Bank. Without much ado, I'd like to call upon Mr. Amit Kumar, Senior President Corporate Banking, Yes Bank, and Mr. Sumit Gupta, Senior President Commercial Banking, Yes Bank, to give away the putting competition prizes to the non-golfers. The winner of the sponsor putting competition is Mr. Vijay Kumar from Financial Chronicle. Ms. Harleen Batra. May I now call upon professional golfer, PGTI member Kunal Bhasin, who is the Yes Bank brand ambassador, to give away the next prize. The closest to the pin, Vivek Narayan. Now may I call upon Mr. Nikhil Sahni, President, Branch Banking Yes Bank, and Mr. Trevor Rodrigues, AVP Corporate Communication, MW Corp, to give away the next prize. The next prize is the longest drive. The winner is Samyuk Sridhara. May I now call upon Mr. Vikram Kaushal, President, Wealth Management Yes Bank, and Mr. Subhrangshu Roy, Chief Operating Officer and Editor-in-Chief Financial Chronicle, to give away the next prize. The next prize, the best draw score, which is essentially the best golfer in the field today, without a handicap, Mr. Vivek Narayan. We move on now to the best net score. May I now call upon Mr. Amit Dhawan, President and Regional Sales Leader, Corporate Banking Yes Bank, and Mr. Deepak Ghadian, President, Government Relationship Management Yes Bank, to give away the next prize. Best net score with 41 points, Deepak Khanna. Moving on now to the pairs prizes. May I call upon Mr. Sumit Gupta, Senior President, Commercial Banking Yes Bank, and Mr. Arun Mago, Board of Director Yes Bank, to give away these prizes. The runner-up pair today with 44 points, Mr. Rafiq Islam and Mr. Anthony Jacob. May I now call upon the Non-Executive Chairman Yes Bank, Mr. S.L. Kapoor, on stage. We had all of you fill in some slips for a lucky draw. I'm going to request Mr. Kapoor now to pick two cards. Amita Jalta. Deepak Khanna. Can I now call upon Mr. Amit Kumar, Senior President, Corporate Banking Yes Bank, and Mr. Eugene Lobo, Accounts Manager, Retail, Etihad Airways, to join Mr. Kapoor in honoring our winners. Our winning pair today with 46 points, Mr. Rohit Jhawar and Ms. Amita Jalta.
Play safe, and actually with me also 2 putts I knocked in 30 footers, which I think pumped me a lot and helped me play a good game.
Well, with that we come to the end of this particular leg of the tournament, but what's left, plenty of the other cities, all of which will determine who is going to be headed to Abu Dhabi. Thanks so much for watching. I'm your host Shelly Chopra, logging off the Yes Bank Corporate Masters. Thanks for joining us.